Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
Tomorrow is opening day.
This morning, didn't have a great hunt. Deer didn't move like usual.
We just got set up in the middle of this bedding thicket. We've been saving this spot from the rut. It's a nice, I think it's a nice buck.
Hits a 170.
That was money. I have to get you down right over there, dude. 10 yards.
Whitetail Legacy Podcast, bringing you back to the hunt and leaving a legacy.
Baller rut.
Hello, it is Wednesday, Whitetail Legacy Wednesday, coming at you prime rib style. You're probably thinking about a prime rib right now instead of that bullshit bologna sandwich you got at lunchtime. Coming at you a little different here. If you can't tell in the first 8 seconds of me talking, this one's going to be a little different. We got the legendary high-fence Jenkins on the phone with us during this one, and I have Logan Sellers joining me in person at his house in his pole barn, I guess, is what we'll call that. So a little different here. To be honest with you guys, seasons started for us. Cody was expecting a baby. Everything come out good there. So we punched a bunch here the last, month. Did multiple podcasts a couple different times to get some stocked up. So Cody could have the baby. We get some early season hunts in and get settled back in, give him some time, get home, and let them get a routine with the new baby. So we worked our ass off, got some episodes knocked out. Appreciate everybody that came on and, had to wait for their episode to be released. So we definitely appreciate that, and I know Cody does, even though he's not here right now. Getting into the people that make this possible, VIP Veteran Broadhead, the title partner. Got some big news coming at you next week. I can't wait to get a shout out going for that. And I'm going to stop right there because if I keep talking about it, I'm going to spill the beans. This week's VIP Veteran Broadhead shout out is Mike Burks. He did 12 years, was a 68 Whiskey Combat Medic humanitarian mission in Haiti, and took part in the hurricane relief in Louisiana and Texas. Mike, we appreciate your service, especially here in the hurricane relief. We know that those, natural disasters are not to be overlooked and, looking for all hands on deck. So we definitely appreciate that and your service to the country elsewhere as a combat medic. Moving on to the ECW call. Jeff's been getting more lays in the shop, finishing up his shop, getting ready to knock out some big orders for some customers. But that doesn't mean that if you want to get your order in, that you're going to get put on the back burner. He's knocking out the orders, knocking out big orders, small orders, anything you need, custom. Jeff's your guy. Scent Lock. I tell you what, guys, since we've been hunting, you can take all the ozone products and all the different suits. Just give me my full season tactic suit, and I'll be good with that. I really love that thing. When it says 40 to 60 and it's like 45 degrees and I'm going hunting, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if it's going to be warm enough. But I tell you what, every time it's perfect. So that's my favorite thing by Scentlock right there. Getting into Ingram's Outdoor Obsession, I know we talk a lot about his shoulder mounts and his amazing detail, but the guy's got some pretty kick-ass Euro mounts too. If you don't want to go the full shoulder, his Euro mounts are clean. He's got a lot of practice on doing them. He's got a lot of different species doing them too. He's doing the turkey, mule deer, lots of bear. I think he might have had an elk in there. And then, of course, just a whole bunch of whitetails. So do not forget about that. That is one of his specialties, I would say. Getting into this week's Bow Hunting League update. We haven't done one of these in 2 weeks. Last week there was no update, and the week before that, Ben said, "Don't worry about it this week," and it was late on a Tuesday, and I didn't do it. But this week, Starting off with a couple kills that I noted. Here is Thomas Harrison from Cornbread Killers out of Tennessee, 129 and 3/8. That deer's rack was actually pretty cool looking. It was pretty wicked. Not just your typical, mainframe. It was pretty squiggly, had a lot of character. Derek White on Baby Got Rack. I love some of these team names. He shot a buck in Missouri, shot a toad in Missouri, 176 and 7/8. Toads are not allowed to be entered into the contest, though. 176 and 7/8, just had enormous mass on that one. Zach Kaiser, Trio of Death out of Ohio, 152 and a half. That deer had 12-inch and 2/8 brow on one side. The other side was like 8 3/4, so mega brows on that one. Chad Hepner, Sons of Archery, shot a Southern Illinois public land buck, 133 and 1/8. That'll do. And a lot of people this is an honor system for this league, and a lot of people are, questioning it and this and that. But this buck here, I thought, scored a little bit higher. But, it's just about the honesty thing. And, something that Cody and I talked about when we had Ben on is, if you're out there hunting and, he was on public land, you're probably a pretty solid dude. And just goes to show right there, 133 and 1/8. I don't think anybody's going to question that. The last one is Paul Cologne from Full Draw Bowhunters out of Pennsylvania. Shot a 196-inch even mega. That's a big one. Battle of the States here. Kentucky's in the lead still with 16. Tennessee has 11 bucks entered. Wisconsin 4. Missouri and North Carolina 3. Illinois, Maryland, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and Wyoming have 2. Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, and Nebraska, Ohio have 1. I think Ohio's just starting to get warmed up here. Overall teams, Regulators still in the lead. Doe Patrol sneaking in there at second here a couple weeks ago. Western Kentucky Outlaws, 320 inches and a half. Big Chocolate Racks, 308 and 6/8. And Carolina Reapers still holding the top 5 spot, 265 and 1/8. King of the Tines is Matt Jennings still. Eric Sissel's in second. Paul Cologne chalking in there with that 196, and Ron Kulis with 195 and a quarter. He's got 2 nice bucks down this year already. Doing some urban hunting too. Josh McKinney chiming in here with a 177 on a single buck. So got some pretty good numbers there. It's just going to be getting better as the season goes on, and as the rut comes in. And then, late season, I expect some more dainties to be coming in. So I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Like I said, guys, we just, been punching a bunch to get all these in here and kind of give Cody some time to get a routine going. So if something doesn't sound right in here, or, we're in season, we're out of season, that's why, because we recorded this 2 days before season opens. So going to go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, here we go. Another week, another podcast. This one's a little different. I'm joining Logan Sellers in person at his house. We're out in his shop right now, having a ball. Got a table full of Busch Light and Coors Light. Mm-hmm. Maybe a couple Keystones flowing in here and there.
Choice. Yep.
So, what's up, Logan?
Just hanging out, man. Glad you made it up.
I'm gonna adjust this mic stand so I don't have to lean over for 90 minutes. Joining us on the line is, one of the guys that's really making an impact, making waves in the industry. High Fence Jenkins. How you doing tonight, bud?
Woo! Doing good on this end, boys. Doing real good over here.
You sound like you're having a lot of fun. I know season's in, it's underway. So are you doing anything out there right now?
Not much, man. I got those high fence deer patterned down so much. When you got them fenced in on 20 acres, it's really easy to get them pinpointed. Not a lot of places they can go, so
just pattern them on the feed early season. Yeah. Just waiting to strike.
No, I'm out here. I got my pack-in set all set up. Went through all my camera gear bag. Got some battery charged. Messed with the slider. drink some Busch Lights, mess with our lighting, reorganize a little bit. I can fit the lock and walk and stand in the scent lock bag.
Nice.
Because I was worried about how we're going to clean those. So I'm excited that I can fit that in there. That worked out better than I thought it was going to. So.
You got room for that public land giant to pack it out or what?
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Not necessarily the giant part, but the packing out. Like it's going to be multiple trips and multiple like scenarios.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I just want to say thanks for Logan for letting me hop on here. I know I probably would have been up there with you guys, but like I said, my wife's going to pop any second. She's ready to go. So
yeah, I
appreciate you guys letting me get on this podcast. I've been wanting to get on for a long time and talk about the knowledge.
Yeah, we had big plans today. We did actually make it to the 3D shoot, and that was a good time. I actually, first time I got beat on that 3D shoot was by Homie.
Wow.
So I'll give him props. He shot good. But yeah, we were going to do some dove hunting and stuff, but it is just terrible weather. Pouring down rain. So
yeah, it rained here hard, so I didn't get much stuff done during the day, but come out here in the evening after I got the kids down and tried to get something done at least.
Yeah, when we rolled in, we ate lunch, we had some deer brats, and we're just kind of sitting around chilling, and we're like, do we go and, risk it raining, or do we just, kind of fold it in, sit here, drink some beers all day? And we're like, let's just go, because if we don't go, it's going to end up not raining. And then we're going to be like, it's going to be 5:30, and we're like, shit, we should have went, So we just decided to make the move, and I didn't feel like I shot that good. Maybe it's just because I had a rough start.
Yeah,
I feel like
you started off rough, yeah.
I feel like you shot a lot better than I did today.
I shot pretty decent the second half, but the one miss. The one miss got me.
Here's what it boiled down to is target number 6 is a moose at 52 yards, quartering away.
Which is a piece of cake.
And I went first, and there was an elevation change. It's probably 30 feet, 30-foot elevation change.
Yeah, it was downhill, yeah.
And I shot first, and there was a branch that, is kind of hanging over the shooting lane. And I will say one thing about that course today is there was a lot of, trees and branches and leaves in the shooting lanes today. You had to really hug some trees and hug some branches. So on this moose, there's a branch hanging up above, which, you're going to be aiming higher because it's a farther shot. And I felt good when I shot it.
Let's be honest. You 12 ring it. You 12 ring it.
You took the video, and
he felt good.
The first video of the day, and Logan's like, "Well, how was it?" I said, "Well, it's pretty solid," and ended up being a 12 ring. And then Logan shoots his shot, and he's already smoking me at this point because he had 2 10s and I had 2 5s, almost back to back out of the gate. And that was a good resurgence for me. And he hit that branch that was leaning over the shooting lane.
Hit it really good.
And we found the first 3 quarters of the arrow.
Yeah,
but
I broke my arrow pretty good. I lost a $10 knock.
Yeah, the lighted knock and the fletching didn't quite make the recovery.
They I don't know where they're at.
But he got that 30-cent field point.
Yeah, I got my 30-cent field point, so I was
That's
pretty
really
stoked
good.
about that. Yeah. But yeah, I went back to back and shot another shot, and it was a 10 ring, and I don't know what happened.
Yep. So that was the difference. That was a 12-point swing.
Right there.
A 12 and a 0, and I ended up winning by 6. So that would have been me losing by 6 if he would have matched me. So even if you got a 5,
I don't know the math. I don't math good. I told you I don't math good, but I'm just trusting your math.
We got in the truck to do the scorecards, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to not do very good at this math. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I even kept score, too, so I don't really understand how I lost being the one that kept score.
So that's the one that I was telling Logan, that's the second time I've kept score. The other time was with you, Cody, and Matt and Jesse at Canton, which would be a different course than a course I'm used to shooting. And I mean, not that I'm very good archer, but I feel
like you shot good. I mean, that's normally, I feel like that's what I like. That, like I said, I think that course I shot, like my best shots, or best scores, like 288.
288, and
I shot
my
best. That was a couple years ago too. And and you shot 261, which I think last time I shot it, I think a couple months ago I shot a 260. So I mean, and I've shot that multiple times.
Yeah,
I mean, since I was in high school, I shot that course.
And me coming out of this 2-week funk I was in shooting, really pleased with the way I ended the course, not necessarily the way I started, which, we took 2 shots before we started. And then the first targets, you got to hug a tree to get into anything good.
Well, and
so
I think each of us had, I had like, we were up in the 10s and 12s that whole second half when we were talking, like it was raining and we were, it was shooting in the elements. We both shot really good.
I think we just started having fun, really,
well,
is what it come down to.
Well, and also, we had a little buzz wore off at that point.
Yeah, for sure. We did sober up a little bit. So kind of, let's kind of all brainstorm and think back. I know it's been a while, just to how this friendship got created and, what we're looking at for the future for everybody. You want to go there, High Fence?
Yeah, let's hear High Fence on this one.
Sure. Well, you started with the guy that's got the worst memory out of all of us. But
well, we knew it'd be short.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was in the episode. It was in 40s, wasn't it?
26, I believe.
We were just talking about that. See, yeah, homie already had the number. He already had set you up for failure.
I'll double check it here, but keep going.
But anyways, we were looking for someone to come on and talk food plots, talk deer hunting with us. And did you reach out to us, Logan, or did we reach out to you?
I don't remember. I feel like I
would think that early we would have reached out to him. Yeah, episode 26.
I think we did. Yeah, I think we did.
I know I started following you guys, and I started listening to a few of your podcasts and stuff, and I'm like, well, these some legit guys, but it was early, it was super early on, and you guys, 26?
We were 26, yeah.
Yeah.
That was when you had come on, so, by the
time, I bet you only had like 20 maybe.
I think our first episode with the soundboard and, a couple of decent mics was episode 19.
I think, where was the one where you guys actually did a podcast? You did one live. You did it, not live, but you did it at a show. What was that show?
Yeah, 15 and 16. So our first call-in was 19.
Yeah.
So we still didn't know how to set up a soundboard. Still barely do.
just winging it like we normally do everything. But
yep.
Came on. And we had a good show. And, of course, we kept numbers and we talked on and off. And then he came down and put the food plot in for us. Stat as hell on that, man. We still appreciate that.
Heck yeah, man. Anytime.
And just continue the friendship there. And
well, yeah, because we didn't talk for a while, but still, I would always message you guys and we'd talk deer, and I think that's
we followed each other on social. Life gets busy, you follow each other on social. And that's pretty much.
But it's nice to see what.
Connected.
Yeah, it's nice to see what everybody's doing. I would always, I remember always texting you guys because sometimes Instagram and I guess. In the DMs is so weird sometimes because it's you don't hear from him for a while, but I always like texting you guys.
And on our end, when we reply to anybody, you don't know if it's Cody replying or if it's me replying.
Right, yeah, and that's always the hard part.
Who the hell is this?
I'm just gonna text you guys in a group because I don't know who I'm talking to. But yeah, no, that was that. I guess that was the basis of it, but also got a huge shout out to homie's wife. She was the one that reached out to me and Holly to come down for homie's birthday. And we really were just kind of we're going to be there. She reached out. It was 6 months in advance. She's like, hey, I would really like to surprise him. We're having a birthday party. Would love for you guys to be there. I've heard about you guys, whatever. So we're as soon as she invited us, me and Holly were like, well, yeah, we're going. Why wouldn't we? Meet new people.
That was a terrible mistake.
We learned a lot of things about you guys that, it was an eye opener for sure. But no. And then I remember me and you, Cody, we were talking about, I was like, dude, I have the trailer and everything. I'm like, let's just do a food plot while I'm down there. Do you need help? I guess that was kind of what I said to you. It was do you guys need help getting some stuff done? Because what's the point of having all this stuff if I can't help people out, But then after that, then it was we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle messaged me and she was she wanted it to kind of be a podcast party, surprise party.
Yeah.
And she's like, do you think there's anybody that would come? And then she's like, do you think Logan would come? And I'm like, you know what? Logan might come because you had invited us up there last year to dove hunt.
Right, yeah, and it just was terrible dove hunting.
It didn't work out. You said, don't waste your time. So we ended up not coming.
We still would have had a good time, but yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, he will probably come. I think he will, and it worked out perfect. We pulled into homie's driveway on his surprise birthday, and he was like, there's a tractor in my driveway.
Yeah, I pulled in like
Yeah,
we pulled in
dude, I
like
was
we
like-
own the place.
You did too. You pulled right up there.
Well,
I was like,
Michelle's like,
yeah,
yeah,
dude.
just pull right up the driveway. I'm like, all right. Took the whole thing up.
She's putting our food plot in, and I don't think I told him who it was. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think I
no,
did.
no, because I had no
Yeah, I just
idea.
said-
Well, yeah.
So even like I thought it was Zach that had the tractor, and Zach was out doing like his own food plot. And then you're like, oh yeah, he's gonna put the food plot in. So I just figured it was Zach. And then we get back there, and I literally sat down in the lawn chair right next to Logan, got a beer, turned over, and I seen Holly, and I was like, I've seen her face before, but and then I looked and seen Logan, and I was like, oh shit. And then I was just like, I was mind blown, and I was like, he just came all the way down here for one, my birthday party, and two, to help us put a food plot in. Somebody who at least knows what they're doing is
Yeah.
going to help us out, you know.
Well, at least
and,
partially
you
know what I'm doing,
I mean, I'm still mind blown about it. Like that was just a super cool thing and totally unexpected.
Yeah, that was good planning.
Yeah,
Good planning on Cody and Michelle. They crushed that out of the park.
It was good stats. We kept it quiet. Me and Logan were texting back.
Oh yeah.
and kind of working out a plan on what we were gonna do and getting seed and all that stuff. Logan came in stat on that, man. I still appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can make it happen and
I
kill
know.
something off that.
I know.
We'll-
I'm
we'll
pumped.
see.
I'm pumped to see what happens for you guys this year down there.
I asked Cody for 2 weeks. I was like, dude, are we getting this food plot in? And Cody's like, yeah, man, I got it.
Yeah.
And
I
he
was
said,
like,
next
I
week,
got it,
next
bro.
week. And then I was like, all right, next week. It's like Thursday. I'm like, hey,
Dude,
man,
we
I got an
need to get
open
it.
weekend. Next
We
week
hit
is
it-
my birthday.
We hit it pretty good because you guys got rain right after that too.
Yeah, we got rain
Yeah,
shortly after
yeah.
that. And we were at like a 3-week period to where there was no rain.
Mhm.
And then before that, it was rain every day. And then we put the food plot in, got a couple rains, and then it was like 6 weeks of nothing. Like
Yeah.
you didn't even have to mow your yard.
Yeah, it's crazy. Same
Yeah,
thing up here.
so-
It's like hit or miss, but I mean, you pretty much got to
But
put it in the ground and pray that hopefully you get
it's
something
looking pretty
on it.
good. The top and the bottom is a little shallow. I think the deer actually hammered that pretty good.
Well, I mean, those are the most in that plot. Those are actually the most secluded areas, I would say. You know, from the middle, like from the top, you have that whole cedar corner,
Yeah.
which keeps them hidden, and then also at the bottom, I mean, they're completely hidden.
So
Yeah.
the middle come up good. We threw out some wheat and oats at the
Yep,
bottom and the
yep.
top to fill that in.
always good.
Went in there, sprayed the grass, and then what was it? A week and a half or so later, we went out there, threw some oats and some wheat down. And according to the mobile cam that we have, kind of at the top of the plot, it's showing some growth on the oats and
Yeah.
the wheat. So,
Oh yeah, as
It's
soon as you
yeah,
get
it's
some rain
showing
on
a
that,
lot, so.
yeah, that'll be good.
so we're hoping
Yeah,
that that's going to kick in.
We wanted to get it in late so we get that new growth kind of, earlier season new growth. where it's
Right.
not
And
really fall.
Especially if the deer hit it that hard too, it's pretty thin. You almost got to put something else down.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
otherwise,
but
I mean,
I-
it's great planting beans, but if they hit them early like that,
'Cause,
where your population's up,
even the the beans that were there were you can see where they'd been nipped off on
Yep.
a quarter of the
Oh,
plant.
yeah, you
You're
can
like,
totally
ah,
see it.
shit,
yeah.
So there went my late season promise right there.
Yep, exactly. And that's the hard part is like up here where we're at up here in northern Illinois, we don't quite have the deer density, so they don't hit it as hard.
Mhm.
And especially like if you plant it right, But the good thing is they didn't probably hit it as hard as they would have due to the fact that you had beans all around it. So it helps having the farmer's beans
Yeah.
for them to chew on. But
So yeah, we appreciate that. We're hoping we got some big hopes for that coming up this year. Man, there was something something about the plot.
the
gotta
wagon
get
blind,
the- I gotta
the
get-
wagon
yeah.
blind
Oh,
that High Fence is working on down there. I'm upset I'm not getting snaps about that. I'm like, that's a rig.
I'll start snapping you. I got you on my list now. I don't know
Yeah.
why you weren't on.
Yeah, I
we
don't
need
know.
we just need to get him in one of these groups.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Just add him to the saddle group.
That thing's
All right.
that thing's legit though. How do you get in that? Do you just climb up through like where the
The auger would come out.
really?
Yeah.
Where the
With a
where the
push-up
where the
floor?
corpsman-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody's knocking it out.
That's sweet.
He's nailing it.
That's cool. Well, you seen like my trailer blind sitting out right here.
Mhm.
That was the first one I built.
It's like a
but-
double porta potty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It's got a hole in the bottom and everything. It's good to go. But no, I mean,
The
I think
yeah.
that blinds are especially mobile blinds because deer change.
Oh,
it
yeah.
always changes. I've had that at
or your properties. I mean, you might lose that joint.
100%. Yeah, I've had that at this year will be my third different. It'll be in 3 years. Yeah, this is the third year I've owned it, and I'm taking it to a third different property this year. So super handy.
Yeah, the wagon blind's 12.5 by 8 foot.
Geez, you just live out there.
Oh, we got big plans for the inside of that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, done up. I'm talking deer skulls up on the wall and everything. I want some decor.
Neon
I want some
lights.
decor.
Yeah, we're gonna probably put a beer pong table in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is that the one that's the one that's going on the plot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that up in the cedars in there?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Access is perfect on that. I actually just bought all the rest of the materials, the insulation today.
Nice.
Got all the tin. Tomorrow I'm going to put a big day on it and hopefully literally knock everything out but the inside is what I'm hoping.
Are all the tires aired up?
All the tires are solid, man. That
Nice.
running gear is super solid.
And that's amazing because I built another blind and we move it with the forks of the tractor,
Oh.
And I've been looking for running gears, but they do not give them away. I mean, you're talking $400 or $500 for a decent running gear.
Well, hell, I think Cody bought this whole setup for $300, just like the legit
like the whole
trailer.
band.
Yeah, the
that's
wagon.
a steal.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Yeah, and then the next weekend someone offered me $600 for it.
It's like kind of hard to pass down.
Shit, man. I was like, nah, I
Bah.
can't do it.
You got to think
Yeah,
about
but-
deer hunting. You got to think about
Yeah.
deer hunting. It's not about making the money back,
Uh-uh.
You don't make your money back. That's never a,
No,
No.
man, I know.
that's not a thing.
I told homie, I said, I want to, I hope that thing lasts me 25, 30 years. I did treated lumber. I want to have a notch in there for every buck. What it scored, what date it was, and you climb up in that thing, you got 10, 15 bucks on there and does and turkey kills or coyote kills. I don't even care what
No,
it is.
you know what? And I know exactly where you're getting this from too. Is that Garrett's blind? Is he the one that has the? Is he the one that had the check bar?
Yeah, they got a nice dry erase board in there.
Yeah, they got a nice one in
What
there.
Nice
Yeah,
stickers and
See,
everything.
I'm thinking like, I like the stickers idea, but like, let's get some like carving going on. Let's get some wood carving, maybe a wood burner.
I'm thinking just black Sharpie on plywood.
Now we're talking. I think you need to draw the
I was
deer
saying,
and the
we're-
turkey.
We're
Like you
way
need.
below where the last
You
bread
need
boys
to
are at.
listen. You need to be. I need you to get artistic out there, Cody, and I need you to draw the deer out there. No stick deer either.
You must
If
not
I
have
can
seen
draw
Cody
stick
too long.
figure, I'm real good, man. I can't spell, draw, write, talk. I'm not really good at anything.
Bro, if you need us to weld something, we
Maybe
could
we'll
probably
weld it.
weld a
We'll
design
weld it.
out there.
All right.
Yeah.
okay.
If you need me to weld something,
We
I
could
can
just
probably
weld
do
it on
that.
the front of the wagon, bro.
Yeah, just weld WLP on there.
Every time you shoot something, you got to drag the welder out.
Right? Just get the welder out there and deer be like, what the hell's going on here?
That's just high fence Jenkins. Put another hash mark on it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've covered this officially on the podcast. We did put it on the Instagram story. The three hooligans you're hearing right now talk are Wiped Out Legacy on the Bow Hunting League.
Oh yeah.
What do you expect out of Wiped Out Legacy?
Oh, you want mine?
Yeah,
Because
I
you're
wanna
looking at me.
start
You
out
can't
with
look
you.
at Cody.
I know.
You can't look at Cody. I established this in a text message months ago when I got asked to join this, and then I go, "What is it?" And you're like, "Do you not listen to our podcast?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't listen to that one." But no, I expect
we
at least
need you out there on Prime Rib Day.
because this is an archery only league.
Yeah, it's
There's
archery
no
only.
gun.
Nope.
So Jenkins, talking to you.
He's probably out.
I'm out, bro.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this. We talked about it in
I'm
text
gonna
message.
do
You're
whatever
no,
it takes to kill.
I told you that we have to have at least you at a 190, right?
But he's
you
gotta
did that
do it with
last
a
year.
bow.
But you did with a bow. He did it last year with a gun. He should be able to do it this year with a bow.
Because it was in gun range.
yeah,
Or in bow range.
Exactly. Piece of cake for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna have to hit your all-time best
I am.
at least 150 plus to be close, and I'm gonna try to lock down a 120 to 130.
A solid 120,
Yeah, I
two and a
think-
half year old.
Yeah, I can guarantee that.
Late season in a food plot.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. But yeah, so you guys do your thing, and then maybe I'll see late season.
Maybe
if I
you'll
can
just
get it
chip
done.
in the bucket right at the end.
Yeah. It's going to be like just a little extra to get
We're
us
gonna be
over
at
the top.
ATA, and you're gonna be out there sanding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you're gonna get it
when
done.
you guys are done, tagged out, I'm gonna be out there freezing, getting that 120. But yes, Cody, you are 190. I have you marked down already.
Man, I don't know. There's only one buck that could potentially be a mega, and he's a traveler. So,
Mm.
To be realistic with you guys, I mean, it's going to be for me and homie this year. I think 150 is going to be pretty much top.
And
to be
honestly,
honest,
though, like I'm giving you crap for the 190 just because I want to win. But I mean, a 150. If either one of you shoot a 150 with a bow, I'm gonna be cheering.
Right?
So, no, I mean, especially with you guys, where you guys have losing the one property and trying to figure out what else you're gonna do. I mean, that's a obtainable goal, no problem.
There's gonna be there could be a big buck shot, like a big mega, but he's an 8-pointer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he's
it's
not
hard to
he's
score
not
high.
gonna score real big. Yeah, exactly.
He's a 10. He's a 10, bro.
Oh,
With
I was
kicker.
I was talking about the other one on the private.
Oh, that 8. I mean, that one should be. We should see that deer a couple times this year.
Yeah, I would think.
It's fun. And it's fun doing the league and stuff. But like I think a lot of it's hindered on inches wise, and we talked about this earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact that like it don't matter as long as you're shooting mature. If you're into shooting mature bucks, and you want to shoot an older buck,
right?
Shoot what you want.
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's great when they score. It's great when they score high.
Joined.
Yeah.
It's
That's
great
what
to
I
have.
told homie when we joined. I want to beat the one team, and that's it.
Yeah.
As long as we beat the junior booners, I don't really care if we beat anybody else.
Exactly. on all these giveaways going on, we're already 5th from the bottom when we start out. So I'm like, well, that's probably where we're going to end up.
That's a pretty good starting point. I like being the underdog though. I like to surprise people. That's it. But yeah, it's like, you talk about inches all day long, but I mean, the most I could hope for both of you guys this season is shooting a mature buck, regardless if it's I don't care if you shoot a 180, 130 inch, it's still, I'm going to be cheering for you.
Yeah. And we were just kind of talking about that, the camaraderie of, shooting deer and being excited for somebody else being successful.
Yeah, that's what the league is for me, man. You get to see the success. It's good for camaraderie. Then it also motivates you because if you see someone getting it done, you're like, man, I need to get out there and get it done. So that's why
I think it holds you accountable.
I think it's a great thing, and it's free. You know what I mean? That's the best thing. It's just another way to talk to hunters on social media and gain friendships. We gain people that we've already been wanting to come down to Kentucky and hunt. You know what I mean? And we just couldn't make it. So.
No, and that's we were talking about that earlier too. I just got back from Colorado yesterday.
2 days ago.
What's today?
Saturday.
No, I got home yesterday.
Oh, all right.
I got home yesterday at about 1:00 from Colorado, and like I said, meeting new people and putting yourself out there, even on social media. You can meet a lot of cool people to create a lot of opportunities. And that's kind of what happened with me going out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we always say, if you're wanting to start something, a podcast or a team, or we just had someone message us this week, and homie went through like literally our whole entire setup, every cord on video, and helping this guy start, because a lot of other podcasts don't want people to start because it's competition. But if you love hunting, we want everybody to pursue it. And if they want a podcast, put a damn podcast out. If you want to start a hunting team, it's just like you said, literally you start a Facebook page or Instagram page like you did. Now you're getting leads for elk hunts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
It's just that small thing, just being yourself, being legit, and stuff will come to you. We've got so many offers to hunt. If we had time and money to do it all, we could just hunt. We could hunt
full
like
time. Yeah. Oh yeah.
you know
for sure.
what I mean?
I need that passive income.
Yeah, you need to have that
I
need where you make
PTO. I need PTO.
Yeah, the PTO would probably help a lot
well,
too.
That's the thing too is I think I was a very anti social media for a long time. I didn't even have Facebook or anything like that, and then when I started my Instagram, I kind of started when I was working in my garage doing kind of like I guess I was kind of doing like a repair deal, and with a couple buddies, and then I'm like, I need to have my own because there's a lot of guys I want to connect with when it comes to hunting, and creating that I guess that profile at that point, my own profile led me to you guys, and then led me to people that I met in Utah. I have a buddy, my buddy that I met in Utah at the Total Archery Challenge. He'll be coming out in November and hunting I'm thinking he's going to be hunting for about 5 days straight, pretty much primetime rut. So I'm hoping, he'll get his first whitetail. But we made that relationship through Instagram, just as same as I made it with you guys. And then even the guys I went out to Colorado, shout out to like the Rack Addicts guys, inviting me out there to do that. It creates a huge opportunity. It gets your name out there, and there's a lot of people. It's kind of crazy. You're sitting here in Illinois, and you're like, who wants to shoot a whitetail?
Yeah.
These guys are out there shooting mule deer and elk and antelope and all this, and they have these, all this public land to hunt. But you got to realize that we have something here that not a lot of people have, and that's whitetail and public, and not even public land, but also private land. So if you have your hands on private land, sky's the limit.
Going back to something that Cody had mentioned, when you guys hear our podcast or see our videos, they might look all put together and nice and neat, but behind the scenes it's not always like that. Like Logan's seeing right now for the first time, kind of getting everything set up and all the cords and everything. And if you guys do have a question or something, don't be afraid to message us, because we will try to help you out as much as we can. We don't know everything. We don't hardly know anything, but we can help you out to the best of the ability that we know to. And, we enjoy doing that, whether it's myself or Cody, or, if we don't know the answer, we probably know somebody that does. So we can maybe get you in touch with them, or, ask them the question and we'll relay it to you. Going back to the bow shoot that you went to in Utah.
Yeah.
You went to the knock-on shoot?
So it's actually the Total Archery Challenge.
Okay.
Is what the main name of it is, the Total Archery Challenge. They have it in like 6 or 7 spots throughout the U.S. But
super jealous you went, by the way.
Yeah, it is. If you
Did you get invited to High Fence?
No, I didn't get invited.
No, he didn't get invited.
Oh, it was archery. My fault.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Set him up.
I didn't even think about that until it just happened right there.
Yeah.
Bro, that was a good one.
Very good. Very good.
8. That was an 8.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bouncing on the Richter right there.
Yeah.
So I went to the Total Archery Challenge, and then I actually signed up for the Knock-On experience, which is ran by John Dudley and the whole Knock-On crew. Or that was a bug that just landed.
Bro, did you hear that in your ears? That's gonna be on audio. That's gonna be sick.
So I went and I actually did the first day I did with Dylan, which I met him through Instagram, and he's the one that's gonna be coming out here. And then next year we're going out there mule deer hunting.
Is he affiliated with anything?
Nope. He's just a
average
random
Joe?
guy like you guys.
Nice.
Yeah, average Joe, and he's gonna come out here, like I said, and hunt for 5 days, and then actually so he's coming out this November. And then next year, me and my dad and my father-in-law are going to go out there and muzzleloader hunt mule deer.
On something he's got set up?
Yeah, on public land. He's
so
got
doing a hunt for a hunt, a year apart.
Pretty much we're just swapping hunt for hunt. And honestly, hopefully I have other points for Utah that we will, hopefully we'll create that relationship, and he'll keep coming out here, I hope, when he can. But yeah, so pretty much it's a sponsored deal by Yeti and all that. And if you have never been and you're an archer, figure out how to get there and go do it, because it is awesome experience.
Was Utah the closest
No,
spot?
actually,
Or?
Utah's like one of the bigger ones, but Utah's where Dylan was, and I wanted to meet him before we hunted together.
So you had talked before then?
Yeah, we had talked before then. So we're like, okay, let's go shoot at the Total Archery Challenge, kind of feel each other out, because it's kind of weird. Like I was going to be like, hey, you can stay at our house, but I've never met you.
Right.
Kind of like Michelle did. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we've never met you.
Right. Just come
Logan
stay at
and
our
Holly,
house.
come down and stay at our house.
Right.
We don't know who you are. But your wife's crazy, so it's cool.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty whack.
But no, if you have never been, I suggest definitely you and Cody need to go and do it,
I was
because
saying you and Holly had went, and she
Yeah.
had shot also.
no, she didn't shoot.
Oh, she didn't shoot?
No, she hasn't really. She's only hunted with a crossbow, but she just hiked along with, and it was pretty hardcore trails. We did like 3 miles.
I was saying you were telling me today, some of the shots were 100 and
Oh yeah,
just a little over 100,
Yeah.
74,
and I think a
a
lot
lot
of
of
people
60s.
don't. Yeah, we went on the mountain ops, and they said like average was like maybe 40 to 70 or something. Is kind of the average, and there was shots over 100. There was 80s.
Dude.
I told you that goat I shot a 12 ring that goat
Right.
at 100, and I'm like, that was luck. But no, there's long shots, and you got to have a slider, so you definitely want to be able to have at least shoot 100 yards.
Well, I tell you what, I could shoot 94 in the hoof pretty good.
Yeah,
after
you
today.
shot him in the hoof really good. Yeah, got the 94 set up in Logan's
2
yard.
out of 3 arrows
Yeah.
at 94 went in the hoof.
Yeah,
After an
Slowed
adjustment.
him
Like
down.
I was making an adjustment.
yeah, you were aiming high.
And it's still right in the hoof.
Consistency, bro.
I know. You should have seen the first 2 arrows
The
because I
first
shot 2.
are perfectly in the grass.
Yeah,
right
I
next
shot
to each
2,
other.
and then I shot a single, and the first 2, they grouped an inch apart. I'm like,
Well,
Well,
a pretty good group.
yeah,
but
it's a
I
decent
only
group at
just shot like
94.
4 feet short.
oh,
You slowed it down though. That's the
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
been able to run right up on it.
Yeah, no, but it was a good trip. I know. Holly enjoyed it, and actually, we bought Holly a bow, and so hopefully next year, I think we're gonna try to hit the Michigan one.
She has a vertical bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I got her. I can't remember what it is. Like I think it's a Hoyt Clash. It's very
yeah.
adjustable. It's like 15 to 70 pounds.
Yep,
So
short axle to
yeah,
axle.
super short
Yep.
axle. And so I think that we might try to make it up to Michigan, because I met some other people from Michigan that said I should come up there.
Yeah, we know some
what
guys
you
from
got.
Michigan.
Yeah. So it's I think it's about 8 hours from here. So it'd be a little
Yep.
further for you guys, but still, I mean, I think it's worth going. I think it was to shoot 2 days at the Total Archery Challenge, if you're not doing like the knock on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like $85 per shooter for 2 days of shooting. So
All right, High Fence is the busy guy here. We got to get him to clear his schedule.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one popping out babies all the time.
It's hard, man. It's hard to clear the schedule, but we'll make it happen.
Mhm.
When it comes to stuff, as long as I can plan it way out, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just gotta have a plan, and I can make damn near anything happen if I
It
got
just got to be ahead of schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my wife's a planner, so it just kind of falls into her lap. And I'm not saying it's rubbing off on me, but it's just trying to get her to get the okay, because this sounds like something that she's probably going to tag along with, which is fine.
Just make her and Holly just go to the bar.
Exactly. I mean, they held it down today, so
Yeah, they held it
we
down,
know
the
that they can
boys.
get along.
But yeah, how long ago was it when was your birthday? I don't even
The
remember.
29th of June.
Yeah, so we planned this
Yeah.
after the 29th for you guys.
Oh, no,
for you
it
to
was
come
on the
up.
29th before I
Cody,
don't
you were
remember anything.
Cody, you were invited up here, by the way.
I was invited.
Yeah, you were invited up here.
Well, see, the way his bank account's set up, it didn't really help.
Oh, yeah, I did. I don't even know, man. I
yeah.
had no idea.
Because it was a group text. I text you.
He's
and I
hitting
said,
the well
"You're
too hard."
You're invited, and then homie's
Oh,
like, you're gonna be
there's a
popping
group
out
text?
babies.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you're gonna be popping out babies.
Yeah, that's all my mind's on right now.
I know.
Baby stuff. I got.
By the way, Cody's about ready to have a kid in like T-minus 2 days.
Yeah,
Hours.
days.
Could be hours.
hours, man.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Hours.
She's
Which
in
is-
there bouncing on that exercise ball. You never know what's
Which
going
is
to happen after that.
awesome. Which is awesome. I mean, that's
You literally never know. It could happen any minute.
Yeah.
I said when I told Logan, I said, all right, we had the idea to phone you in, and I was like, we could be a half hour in this thing. And next thing you know, Cody's like, all right, I got to go. Wife's going into labor. But just part of it, man.
Oh yeah, part of it. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why we tell everybody that it's like we get those messages, that like, oh, it's so cool that you messaged back. I'm like, dude, I'm the most realist dude that you've ever met in your life. I work, I take care of my family, I got kids, I try to kill stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm no different than any guy out there. trying to do anything.
Well, no,
So-
I mean, yeah, that's definitely that's what drew me to you guys too. And like when we started talking prior to doing a like podcast is, and that's I think what I like about your guys' podcast is it's based on the fact of it's just average people.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to get big names on here. You're just talking to people, just like me. I'm just a guy. You
Yep.
know?
And, I think the more that we do it is the more that people listen and realize that is our mission and our goal is to, highlight that anybody can get it done. You got to do a couple things, but
yeah.
if you do a couple things and if you have the right property and luck plays a little bit of a part, anybody can go out there and be successful.
Oh yeah.
And successful ranges from,
What you're happy
getting
with.
antler on the ground to being, a 240-inch deer.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just
It's
all
all in the
depends on
eyes.
the hunter,
It's
which
all-
is the great thing about it.
Yep, it's all in the eyes of the beholder. Like who am I to sit here and say, like that's not a shooter to somebody else?
Yep.
If you want to shoot it, it's a shooter in your eyes. Go for it, man. I think that's one thing I love about hunting is it's not always what I would shoot, but if it's what you would shoot, I'm happy for
Yeah,
you.
I mean, just like the person we have on the phone with us. I mean, what I'm going to shoot is different than what he's going to shoot, and just like him being on the phone with us right now is somebody that is, going to shoot a 2.5-year-old,
Oh yeah,
100-inch.
Oh yeah,
So,
public land.
anybody can come on here and fill out an episode just like we're proving right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
With
mean,
high fence.
I ain't nothing. I got nothing going. Homie, you cursed me. I got action inside right now.
Oh boy.
I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna hop off here. I might have something going on.
Is that real life action?
Oh
Real
boy.
life action. I got the message.
All right, brother.
Stuff might be going on. I might be going to the Peoria tonight.
Oh boy.
We'll see.
All right, man. Well, good luck, and we hope the best for y'all.
Yeah, drive safe.
Well, I love you guys. Get added to the Snapchat group, Logan. I'm excited to blow your phone up about 32 times a day.
Sounds great.
Thanks for letting me come on this podcast. It's been awesome. I've been looking forward to coming on here for a year or so and really spitting the knowledge that I got. I hope I enlightened some listeners, and I'm just really sorry that they're not going to hear my voice for a while.
I would say
All right.
we're all heartbroken here as hosts.
High fence signing off.
High Fence signing off. I'll catch you next week. High Fence out.
Oh, hey, man. Hey. Oh,
Hey, he just get.
yeah, I was gonna hit him with the oh hey man and then hang up on him. You ever do that to anybody?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
I was
wait,
gonna
wait,
hit him
wait.
with that. But
I gotta tell you something. Bye.
yeah, exactly. He is the fastest hang up person that I've ever met. And
Yeah, that was fast.
I've
I
started
feel like that's
copying.
record.
I've started copying him on that. I will
Yeah,
say that.
that's amazing.
I'm just trying to be like, all right, yeah, see ya, boom.
He's
I don't need no extra.
He's on point.
I don't need no extra bullshit after the conversation's over.
I can't believe we started his wife into labor.
I did. Well, yeah.
I mean, I'll take credit for that.
I'll be your backup.
That's me. I had homie backing me up.
All right, so we've kind of talked about, you going out and doing the total archery shoot or the total archery challenge.
Yep.
And then you met Heath there also,
Yeah. So
and he is what's his role with?
So he's the owner. So it's him and I. When I asked him, I said, what is the company with? And he does graphic design. So him and another guy who does his graphic design he owns the Rack Addicts. So it's RAKADX is the name, is how you spell it.
Mm-hmm.
So apparel. So they do all sorts of hunting shirts and all sorts of stuff, hats. And I don't know if he's getting into gear or anything yet. Like you have to check his website out, but a lot of hats, a lot of shirts, a lot of stuff like that. So met him out there at the Total Archery Challenge I actually met him through another guy who I met through Instagram. His name was Cade. And he was actually helping him run the booth. So they had a booth set up. There's tons of booths, tons of stuff selling,
Right.
They sell arrows
Busy,
because I told you today, like there is some arrow carnage at the Total Archery Challenge. I mean, buckets full of just blasted arrows.
Dude,
in the
there's
trees.
iron around anything. Like there's gonna be a pile.
It's
just the man factor in you. You're like, I can do it.
Yeah,
it's
iron. They have an iron elk. They have certain I guess I don't know the word I'm looking for, but like they have specialty shoots where you can win stuff or whatever and be entered in to win like the truck and all that.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I blew 3 arrows right into steel, one right after another. But so I actually met Cade through Instagram, just talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be in Park City, Utah, and running with the Rack Addicts booth." I'm like, "Sweet." You know, I knew he did that prior. Like, I knew he had helped Heath out, but I didn't know Heath at the time. So I actually went down there, hung out with them one day, me and Holly, and met Heath, and actually finally got to meet Cade because we had talked, but we never met.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the next night we came down, it was kind of our last night in Park City. Me and Holly went down there after the knock-on shoot. And me and he started talking, and I started talking graphic design because I've been looking for a logo for doing food plots. You know, that was like my big kind of like me and him talking. And we talked about hunting, and, you know, of course, you get your phone out and you're, like we talked about earlier, you're showing pictures,
Pigs,
like, I've
yeah.
killed this and I've killed this. And it's super, Holly's like, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
you boys."
right.
She's
That
like,
was
"I know
8 years ago.
Yeah, she's like, "You shot that buck like when you were 18. Like, get over it. Yes, it's big, you know?" So we were talking and you know, we were talking about hunting. And he actually, after that, I emailed him and we started working on my design, which he laid down an awesome design, which I'm super pumped to actually get some decals and some hats made and stuff for kind of doing my little food plot thing I got going on, you know, and it might not blow up into anything big, but I enjoy doing it. I like to have a logo. I like to look legit. So he laid that down and he kept saying, you know, "Hey, you know, we're going out to Colorado. We go out there every year. We're muzzleloader hunting. You know, you should go buy an over-the-counter archery tag."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "That's no way. There's no way. There's no way I can do that." Well, he was pretty persistent. He's like, he kept asking me. So I'm like, "All right, well, you know, let's see if we can make this happen." First, I had to talk to the wife.
Oh, yeah. Always
Which
gotta
you
do
gotta
that.
you gotta run by the boss on
Yep.
that, and she's a little leery to begin with, you know, because I'm maybe going out there by myself and with new people. But honestly, I couldn't have met a better group of guys. I mean, they were let me stay in the camper with them, you know, like it was a great time. We got on some elk. I actually I was able to get a shot off at a nice little, you know, young 4x3 bull, which was a legal bull in Colorado, and I actually hit a stick and missed. I posted on my Instagram of me missing, and you can see the disappointment in my face. But
it was instant.
It's instant disappointment. Like I knew as soon as the shot left and I hit that stick, it went right over his back.
The one thing like is funny about that video is, you know, like usually some shots are like farther, so there's a little delayed reaction.
Yeah.
But with this bull being so close to you,
I knew right away.
You can see your release, and dude, it is just instant, like
instant failure.
You're like, oh damn it,
man, yeah. No, I totally
dude,
I hugged my head pretty low there, right there for a minute, and you could see, I scratched my head like, I can't believe I just missed that, you know. But it's just such a total different beast hunting out there. I just don't know if any hunting here in Illinois can compare to
from the videos of you guys going like through all the brush
it's just
and
so thick.
stuff. Like, dude, that is,
and that might just be the area. You know, I'm sure there's areas where it's thinner, but and I'm sure there's areas where it's a lot harder too. But it's a lot of hiking, you know, just to get to where they all, you know, are and live. And then also too, I mean, you shoot an elk in that, you have to get it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, how would the pack job have been if you shot that elk?
We were about, I would say we were 1.5 miles in, roughly, and it was.
Was it all thick like that?
Where I actually took the shot at the elk was not as thick as the other video I showed you.
Uh-huh.
But if we would have shot the big bull we were on the day that morning of, that would have been a terrible pack out.
But it'd have been worth it because it was a giant.
Oh yeah, we totally would have done it. No problem. No questions asked. We'd have done it. You know, like we'd have gone. But yeah, I think like what I tell you, it took us, once we dropped down off the ridge into the oak brush, it took us, I think, to get around the ridge, we maybe went 200-300 yards, and it took us over an hour of just beating brush. But I'm super thankful to be invited to go do that thing, you know, to do that type of hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And in all reality, price wise, very inexpensive. You know, the tag's super pricey, but the fact that they already had a camper, you know, you're not paying for a hotel, certain aspects of it, it's literally tag and fuel and food to get out there.
Yep.
Is what it costs. But nope, super fortunate to be able to go out and do a hunt.
So
like
that was your second time elk hunting.
Second time,
It
yep.
was this one you would call a lot more of a success.
Yes.
Do you you have any plans to go elk hunting next year?
I don't think next year.
I think next year you're doing the mule deer.
Yeah, I think next year we're going to do the mule deer hunt. I think I would like to try to do that same hunt, but with a muzzleloader, just because it's so thick. It's so hard to get a shot with an archery. And but I do have future plans. I would love to. I mean, it's like, you kind of like get that itch.
I want to do everything,
But like now, like I've been twice and I got a shot off. The first year I went, I was able to actually draw on an elk, and then I had a couple encounters with some elk. The first year I went, which we were super green, didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot on this trip from guys that have killed elk, and so like the next year, it's kind of like that. It's like a uphill battle, okay, I got this far now. The next time I'm going to get, every time I go, I say I'm going to get one because I like to have that.
Oh yeah,
you got to have that confidence. You got to have that attitude. But yeah, I definitely will be archery hunting elk again in the future.
Oh man.
Well, I don't care where. I just want to do it again.
Where are you going mule deer hunting?
We're going to be going to, it's Tooele is a town in Utah. I went there this year for the first time, but yeah, it'll be in, I want to say it's southwest or south of Salt Lake.
Is it going to be like early velvet opportunity or?
No, it's going to be later September is the muzzleloader. Okay. We're going to do muzzleloader because just my dad can't get around that well. Mm-hmm. So, he's older. So he's not an old man, but hiking up mountains is not his idea of fun.
Right.
So.
Oh man. We got a little bit of time here. So you're the Whitetail Legacy food plot guy.
That's my title.
That's what you are.
Oh snap! I feel so special.
How are your plots looking for winter? Or I know you said you didn't get all your plots in that you wanted to, but just kind of your overall with kind of the weird weather we've had, with a bunch of rain and then all of a sudden no rain for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of, what are your plots looking like?
So I actually, my plots are looking pretty good. For the most part, the 10 acres it's less than 10 acres now. So like around 6 acres that we do up to my father-in-law's, those plots are looking really good. I hit the beans. We planted the beans, perfect timing, got a rain. They're a little weedy because we weren't able to get in there and spray. But then the fall plots, we had to schedule a babysitter because my father-in-law was actually out of town. He was at a NASCAR race. So I had which is the great thing about upgrading to a cab tractor is that Holly was able to run the tractor and do all my tillage for me as I was planting. So those plots are great because right after we finished planting, I don't think it was maybe 6 hours and we got a good inch of rain. So those plots are on point, ready to go. But like you said, the other plots that I didn't get to plant, one of my spots is I would say my grandma's house. She owns 5 acres, set way back, and I wasn't able to get those plots planted, which I was really looking forward to because we have 2 really nice bucks that were coming in there. So those didn't get planted, which is tough. It was the type of year. And then also I was doing some food plots for a client as well.
I was going to say you had taken on a lot of side work, kind of really diving in, full on food
year.
Plot.
I upgraded. I spent a lot of money. I upgraded my tractor and stuff to do more for other people. Mm-hmm. And it was just a trash year.
Yeah, it was either raining or not raining for a long time.
And then raining.
Right.
So, and then we went, so I did a smaller acreage than I wanted to for a gun club here local. And, but I think that turned out pretty good. They got a lot of deer sign down there. And they decided to not deer hunt it this year. They're going to let it kind of settle for a year of starting this, and then we're going to start establishing it a little better.
So this is the first year for the gun club?
Yeah, it's the first year.
Oh, nice.
So next year they have equipment of their own. So they bought some more equipment. So we're going to kind of be, teaming up a little bit, and with my knowledge and their equipment, we're going to kind of try to establish
be able to tackle like a large.
A larger area.
Nice.
Which is great because it's across the road, like you've seen, you heard the gun shooting,
right?
If I bring deer over to their yard, possibly the deer could be in my backyard
for sure.
So, but
they love them sunflowers.
Yeah,
keep the sunflowers.
Gotta have them. But no, other than that, I mean, I planted. I went down and planted your guys' food plot.
Yep.
But most of my time was spent on a property that just I got solo permission to hunt, and those food plots are looking really good. I had to wait till it dried out due to the fact that I'm planting wet holes, but those are looking good. I got 2 really nice bucks on there that have been hitting the camera pretty frequently, and one of them is definitely if I harvest that deer, everybody's gonna know about it. So,
hell yeah, those are the ones we like.
yeah, so he's I think I want to say I'm pretty sure he's the same buck I had on camera last year at that property that I was chasing, and so I'm really hoping this year with the food plots and what we're doing, and I'm going to be able to hunt it more this year, that I'm able to get it done. But
I'm gonna say, sounds like your plots are looking a little bit better than ours are at the Curtin State. But
Yeah.
like we already said, we got them wheats and them oats coming in, so hopefully that's gonna fill in the gaps. And I think next year, the corn and the Milo's coming in good. Corn's coming up decent. We're probably not gonna have any ears on it from what we looked at, but we really weren't planning it for the
it's more
the
of a
food,
screen,
just more of the screen effect. Cody and I were talking here a couple of days ago. If we had to redo it again, we would just row plan it. I know that would take you longer to do it, but it would be more efficient.
If I got to come down there and spend a whole weekend, I mean, that's what I got to do
for sure.
Because it's not like we don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I would say there's gonna be plenty of reward at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. No, and exactly. Like, I'm definitely down to help you guys out. I couldn't. I went down
really, what do we do in row planning? Like, you're just driving around in the tractor.
Yeah,
it's already all tilled up.
It's air conditioned. I don't really care.
I was gonna say,
I have the radio on.
We're just getting a couple of drone shots, a couple of video shots, and boom, we're back in the truck.
We have a 30 rack of bush light out there. I'll stay in the tractor however long you want.
Yeah.
But in the sense, it's coming down there and planting that, and then what we got done, Cody's like, oh yeah, you should come down in January and hunt with us. And I'm like, whoa, like not expecting the invite to come and hunt. And I never do anything I do to help anybody. Like, I'm doing it out of the kindness, but it's neat to have that invite to come down, and I definitely will be taking you guys up on that.
I would say we definitely hope that you do, and just like we were talking on the way to the 3D shoot, or maybe on the way back, but just being able to provide something for the deer herd, because we can't bait, we can't do any mineral, that is something that you can do and, look back on when we do have a harsh winter like we did last year and, feel good that all your work is hopefully paying off when you see them deer, dropping fawns in June and May and, everybody's, you come back and you have giant velvet bucks and, August. So I bet that feels pretty good when it all, all your hard work pays. When you see all your hard work paying off.
And then year after year, if you're hunting the same property and you get to see the bucks and the does and you got homebody does that you get to see and you're like, I know that she's been fawning here for 2-3 years. That's a good feeling. That you're doing something not only to benefit yourself and to feed your family, but also you're benefiting the herd in general. All
right, which end of the beer pong table and the wagon blind are you taking when you come down?
Which end?
Yeah, east or west?
I'm kind of an eastern guy. I think I'm gonna go eastern on that.
You're gonna have to go eastern because you're more eastern than we are.
Yeah, I'm northeast. So
all right, man. Well, appreciate you coming on. I wish you were successful on your elk hunt, because that would have been super awesome.
It'd have been a lot cooler, but
we could have come out here, boiled the skull, and put it up on the fireplace tonight. Is what we could have done.
But you know what? It's part of hunting.
And that's what you got
branch. You got it. I mean, I'm gonna go to Colorado and I'm gonna trim it all.
There you go.
I can't. The hard part about hunting Colorado is like we're deer stand hunters.
Yep.
You can trim all your lanes and have perfect lanes, but when you don't know where they're coming from, you can't trim nothing.
Nope.
You're like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna just take a shot on the fly. But no, it was great. It's a good time.
All right, man. Well, I guess get out there and, check your plots.
Oh, yeah.
Be sure that they're ready to rock when it gets cold, and try to leave a legacy, and Whitetail Legacy is out.